In September of 2013, unprecedented rain flooded 6 different river corridors, causing destruction to homes, businesses, and more than 400 miles of Colorado highways. In 2022, the Colorado Department of Transportation finished the final permanent repair project from the floods. This is the story of building the road to resiliency. Colorado is known for its incredible mountains and majestic rivers. The roadways through the mountains often went along the same trails that early settlers used, right next to the rivers. In a flood like 2013, rivers and roads often don't work together very well. To get the two to cooperate, they were going to need some help.
So that goes back to the teamwork aspect. Very much the CDOT, we're in the business of building highways, and you throw a river into the mix, especially a river that's running parallel the entire way. And so that definitely caused us to think a little differently, and that's where it was very important to have the right people at the table. So that's where we brought in the Colorado Water Conservation Board. We brought in U.S. Fish and Wildlife. We brought in fish habitat experts from the Forest Service and other industry experts that we could sit down and we could look at the roadway and the river as one system and figure to come up with really good solutions that were going to complement each other rather than work against each other.
And over many years, there's been this slow integration of some of these different environmental considerations. The geomorphology, how does the land change over time? Just because we put a channel here today doesn't mean that's where it's going to be in 50 years, but the bridge is.
Our waterways and our highways, they have to commingle no matter what. You cannot, you just can't change that, right? It's how our roadway system has been set up. So we wanted to create a design that created that type of resiliency for the next event. Our philosophy has changed to say, okay, these aren't two different systems. These are two commingling systems that we have to navigate in our design and how we construct the PR phase back.
So what I love about being part of hydraulic engineering and part of our work here at CDOT is I get to help drive that science by gaining that knowledge. So our team of experts from across the state and from other states has really helped us figure out how to build infrastructure that works, plays, and operates in concert with the natural functions of our watersheds rather than in conflict.
US 34 in the Big Thompson Canyon is one of the jewels of Colorado. Many visitors drive the canyon just to see the incredible beauty of the mountains and the river.
But yeah, that was a huge element of trying to balance the structural components that we needed to protect our roadway, but also maintain the beauty that it had previously and will have again. Yeah, it is a destination. You know, the Estes Canyon at the end is kind of the ultimate destination, but the canyon itself, there's a lot of features. There's a lot of fishing, a lot of recreation, and we worked with Forest Service and other agencies to help preserve what was there to our best of our ability, knowing that it had been completely re-landscaped because of the flood.
That was a lot of the concept we went with was, sounds a bit odd, but almost a softer approach than putting in a big tall wall that disconnects the two. How can we recognize that the two are connected and then plan for that?
One of the ways designers were able to help the road survive the next flood was blasting away part of the mountain to allow the road to sit on bedrock. This plan would mean floodwaters might go over the road in the future, but the road would survive. The first project to use this approach was on US 36, just up from Lyons.
There's a lot of blasting, realigning the roadway, building the roadway back up, a lot of the river work. We had a geomorphologist come in and help us relay out the river to a more natural state than a bunch of boring roadway engineers would do.
Fire in the hole.
So I think blasting is tricky. It's definitely an art and a science to it. Anytime you're cutting into or blasting into big rock mountains, you have to analyze the fracture type of the mountain and understand how where your drill split lines should be and how that impact will allow the rock to fall away from itself.
bringing other partners to the table resulted in other environmental goals as well, like on the Colorado Highway 7 Lower project.
We were able to have our contractor on through the design process, which allowed us to innovate and save money and reduce, I believe it was 20,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions that we reduced as a part of this project. Just in innovation, having the contractor on board. It was a zero net waste project, so we didn't have any export of material out of the canyon. Everything that we produced stayed here and was used on site.
We've learned so much, and the 2013 flood, for all of the damage that it caused and all the unfortunate things that came, it has been an education in that holistic approach.